Shalom, I'm Ezra Solomon. You're chasing success like it's something outside yourself, and that's exactly why it keeps slipping away. Today I'm teaching you the ancient Jewish principle of identity transformation that makes achievement inevitable. Stop chasing, start becoming. Let me show you how to build yourself first. Let me be direct with you. You're exhausted because you're doing it backwards. You chase the promotion, you chase the body, you chase the relationship, you chase the income goal, and maybe you get it for a moment, you feel good, then emptiness returns and you're chasing again. I've worked with hundreds of people stuck in this cycle. They achieve their goal, check the box, feel satisfied for maybe a week, then they're right back to that hollow feeling. Why? Because they got something without becoming someone. This is the modern disease. We're taught that success is external. Get the thing, feel complete. But here's what nobody tells you. External achievement without internal foundation is a house built on sand. It doesn't last. It doesn't satisfy. It doesn't transform you. The ancient Jewish approach understood something we've forgotten. In the Musar tradition, the practice of character refinement, there's a fundamental principle. You don't fix your life, you fix yourself. Then life follows. Think about how you approach your goals. You ask, how do I make more money? How do I get promoted? How do I attract better relationships? These are chasing questions. They operate from lack. They assume success is something you hunt down and capture. But the Torah doesn't say, chase blessings. It says, walk in the way, and blessings follow. The difference is everything. One is desperate pursuit. The other is natural consequence of who you've become. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're trying to get success instead of become the person success flows to. You're operating from weakness, from need, from desperation, from I don't have it yet. That energy repels the very thing you're chasing. I see this constantly. The entrepreneur who launches business after business, never satisfied. The person who hits their fitness goal, then immediately loses it. The professional who gets the promotion, but still feels inadequate. They achieved externally without transforming internally. And here's what makes this so insidious. It feels like you're doing the right thing. Culture reinforces this. Set goals, take action, manifest, hustle, all external, all chasing. But ancient wisdom says something radically different. Build the character first. Transform the identity. Become the person who naturally attracts what you're chasing. Then success isn't something you pursue. It's something that comes to you. That's what I'm teaching you today. Not another goal-setting framework. Not another hustle strategy. The principle of identity transformation that makes achievement inevitable. Let me introduce you to a Hebrew concept that will change how you approach everything. Tikkun mido. Tikkun means repair, correction, or refinement. Midot means character traits, literally measures or qualities. Together, character refinement, soul correction, the work of transforming who you are at the deepest level. This is the core of Jewish spiritual practice, not praying for blessings, not asking God to change your circumstances. The focus is internal. Refine your character, correct your soul, build yourself into someone worthy of what you desire. In Pirkei Avot, it asks, who is rich? And the answer isn't one who has money. It's one who is satisfied with their portion. Now, this isn't about settling or being complacent. This is about internal wealth. When you've built character, when you've refined yourself, external circumstances don't define you. Here's the principle applied practically. You don't fix your career by chasing a new job. You fix yourself, build discipline, clarity, value, and career opportunities flow to you. You don't fix your relationship by finding a new partner. You fix yourself, become emotionally mature, secure, whole, and healthy relationships find you. This sounds backwards to modern ears. We're taught to change circumstances, get a new job, join a gym, download the dating app, all external action. But the psychological truth backs up this ancient wisdom. Modern research on identity-based habits shows that behavioral change fails when it's goal-focused, but succeeds when it's identity-focused. James Clear writes about this, but Jews understood it 3,000 years ago through Musar practice. The shift is this: stop asking, how do I get X? Start asking, who do I need to become? Not how do I make six figures, but who is the person who naturally generates that value? Not how do I attract my ideal partner, but who is the person my ideal partner would be attracted to? This requires a complete reorientation, from external to internal, from chasing to building, from getting to becoming. And let me be honest with you, this sounds harder because it is harder. Building character takes longer than chasing quick wins. Transforming identity requires daily discipline that motivation doesn't sustain. Refining yourself means confronting everything you've been avoiding about who you currently are. But here's why it works. External achievement without internal foundation crumbles. Internal transformation with disciplined foundation lasts forever. You become unshakable. Success becomes inevitable. That's tikkun midot. That's the work. Let me tell you about David, 34 years old, entrepreneur, always launching something new, always stressed, always convinced the next business would be the one that finally made him feel successful. He'd made decent money, 6 figures some years, but he was miserable, anxious, never satisfied, constantly pivoting to the next opportunity, convinced this time would be different. He came to me burned out. Ezra, he said, I need to scale to 7 figures. That's when I'll finally feel successful. How do I get there? My response shocked him. You don't. You become the person a 7-figure business needs. He looked at me like I was insane. But I need results now. I can't wait years to work on myself. I understood his resistance. It's the same resistance everyone has when they first hear this. The chasing mentality is so deeply ingrained that stopping feels like giving up. But I told him directly, David, you've been chasing for 10 years. How's that working? He went quiet. He knew the answer. I taught him Cheshbon Hanafesh, accounting of the soul. Every evening, 10 minutes, review your day, not your revenue, not your metrics, your character. Did you act with discipline today? With integrity? With clarity? Where did you compromise? Where did you act from fear instead of principle? He hated it at first, felt like a waste of time. He wanted tactics, strategies, growth hacks. Instead, I gave him a mirror. First month was brutal for him. He kept slipping back into hustle mode, checking revenue obsessively, spinning on new ideas. But he stayed with the practice. 3 months in, something shifted. He told me he started making better decisions. Less reactive, more grounded. He wasn't chasing every shiny opportunity anymore. He was building with intention. 6 months in, his business had naturally grown 30%. Not from new tactics, not from working harder, from WHO he had become. He made clearer decisions. He communicated with more confidence. He attracted better clients because he showed up differently. His words to me, Ezra, I stopped chasing and started building. Success came to me. A year later, he hit 7 figures. But here's what matters. He didn't feel the way he thought he would. He felt calm, grounded, because the achievement wasn't the point anymore. He'd already won by becoming someone he respected. That's the transformation. Identity first. Results follow. Let me explain the mechanism of why this works, both psychologically and spiritually. Your brain operates from identity. At the deepest level, you have a self-concept. I am X type of person. Every decision, every behavior, every action flows from this internal image of who you are. When your identity is, I'm someone trying to be successful. You're operating from lack, from insufficiency, from I don't have it yet. That energy, that desperate pursuit actually repels what you're chasing. People sense it, opportunities sense it. You're coming from need, not strength. But when your identity is, I am disciplined, I am clear, I am valuable, you operate from abundance, from wholeness. Your actions flow from who you are, not what you're trying to get. That energy attracts. Success becomes natural byproduct. Modern psychology backs this up. Research on self-concept shows that behavioral patterns are determined unconsciously by identity. You don't consciously decide each action. You act in alignment with who you believe you are. Change the identity. Behavior changes automatically. But the Jewish wisdom saw this 3,000 years ago. In Jewish teaching, there are two inclinations, Yetzer Hara, the destructive impulse, and Yetzer Hatov, the constructive impulse. And here's the key. Yetzer Hatov must be cultivated. It's not automatic. You build the disciplined, clear, principled identity through daily practice. This is why Musar exists. Character refinement isn't passive. You don't wait to feel motivated to be disciplined. You practice discipline until I am disciplined becomes your identity. You don't chase clarity. You practice honest self-examination until I am clear becomes who you are. The difference between goals and identity is everything. Goal: I want to make $100,000. External: temporary motivation, operating from lack. Identity: I am someone who creates value daily. Internal: permanent, operating from strength. Here's why this feels backwards. Culture teaches achievement first, character later. Get rich, then you can work on yourself. Get the body, then you'll feel confident. Get the relationship, then you'll feel worthy. Ancient approach reverses this. Character first, achievement inevitable. The hard truth: building identity takes longer, but lasts forever. You don't arrive at a destination. You become and keep becoming. The person you build is permanent. The things you chase are temporary. This is why David's transformation lasted. This is why external achievement without internal foundation always crumbles. You must build yourself first. Here's the exact framework I teach for transforming identity. 3 pillars, ancient Hebrew concepts with modern psychological application. Pillar 1, Gevurah, discipline and strength. Gevurah means strength, discipline, restraint, controlled power, not harshness, not rigidity, inner strength, the capacity to do hard things when you don't feel like it. Daily practice. Do difficult things regardless of feeling. Cold showers when you want warmth. Difficult conversations when you want comfort. Keep commitments when you want to break them. This builds I am disciplined identity brick by brick. You're not doing this to feel good. You're doing this to prove to yourself that you are someone who does hard things. Every kept promise to yourself reinforces identity. Every broken promise erodes it. Gevurah builds the foundation. Pillar 2, Emet, truth and clarity. Emet means truth, integrity, clarity, honesty. This is about mental clarity achieved through radical self-honesty. Daily practice, Cheshbon Hanefesh, honest accounting of your day. 10 minutes every evening. Where did you compromise today? Where did you act from fear instead of principle? Where did you lie to yourself? This is brutal. This is uncomfortable. This is necessary. You cannot build true identity on self-deception. Most people live in comfortable lies about who they are. I'm disciplined while breaking promises. I'm confident while avoiding challenges. Emet forces confrontation with reality. This builds I am honest and clear identity through self-examination. Pillar 3, Bitachon, inner security and trust. Bitachon means trust, confidence, internal security, not arrogance, not fake it till you make it, deep confidence that comes from proven competence. Daily practice. Act from who you're becoming, not from current circumstances. Make decisions the future version of you would make. When fear says play it safe, Bitachon says, I am capable of handling this. This builds I am secure and capable identity through consistent proof. These three pillars aren't separate, they reinforce each other. Gevura gives you discipline to practice Emet. Emet gives you clarity to build real Bitachon. Bitachon gives you confidence to push Gevura further. Together they create unshakable identity foundation. Success becomes byproduct, not goal. You're not chasing anymore, you're building. And what you build, character, clarity, strength, that's permanent. This is Tikkun Midot in action. This is how you transform identity. This is how success comes to you. Let me tell you about Sarah, 28 years old, stuck in her career, stuck in relationships, felt invisible, passed over for promotions, dated men who didn't value her. She came to me frustrated and defeated. Nobody sees my value, she told me. I keep getting passed over. I keep attracting the wrong people. What am I doing wrong? I asked her a simple question. Who are you? She listed her job title, her relationship status, where she grew up, all external circumstances, all things that happened to her. I stopped her. Those aren't identity. Those are circumstances. Who are you? She couldn't answer. She'd never asked. She'd spent 28 years defining herself by external validation, by what others thought, by what she achieved or failed to achieve. She had no internal identity. I taught her the three pillars, started her on a 90-day identity transformation protocol. Gavura practice, 5 a.m. workouts. No exceptions. No, I don't feel like it. She didn't skip once in 90 days, not to feel good, to prove to herself she was disciplined. Emet practice, evening journal. Brutal honesty. Where did I compromise today? Where did I seek validation? Where did I act from fear? She hated this part. Confronting herself was harder than the workouts. Bitachon practice. Act like the confident woman she wanted to become. Not fake confidence. Real action from future identity. Speak up in meetings. Set boundaries in dating. Make decisions from strength, not fear. First 30 days were the hardest. She wanted to quit. Felt fake. Felt like she was pretending to be someone she wasn't. Then week 6 happened. Someone at work treated her differently. More respect. Asked her opinion on a project. She hadn't changed her circumstances yet. Same job, same title, but she carried herself differently. She realized the world responds to who you are, not who you're trying to be. 90 days in, everything shifted. New job offer from a headhunter. She hadn't even applied. Started dating quality men who respected her. Her words to me, I stopped waiting for validation and started being valuable. Same person, completely different identity, completely different results. The transformation wasn't external, it was internal. She built herself into someone she respected. Then respect from others followed naturally. This is what happens when you stop chasing and start becoming. The world finds you. I know what you're thinking right now. Ezra, this sounds great, but I need results faster than this. Let me be direct with you. That thinking, that desperate need for fast results is exactly why you're stuck. The quick results mentality isn't ambition. It's Yetzer Hara disguised as drive. It's your destructive inclination telling you that shortcuts exist, that you can skip the character building work, that external achievement without internal foundation will somehow satisfy you this time. It won't. It never does. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Everything you've quickly achieved either didn't last or didn't satisfy. Think about it honestly. The quick win, the shortcut, the hack. Where did it get you? Temporarily forward, then right back to empty. Quick external wins without internal foundation are houses built on sand. They crumble, they collapse, they leave you back where you started, except now you're more desperate because you proved again that achievement doesn't fulfill you. In the Torah, the Israelites spent 40 years in the desert before entering the Promised Land. Geographically, it was an 11-day journey. So why 40 years? Because the journey wasn't about the destination. It was about by which they became. They left Egypt as slaves, mentally, emotionally, spiritually enslaved. They needed to become free people before they could live in freedom. You want the promised land without the wilderness. You want the destination without the transformation. And that's precisely why you keep ending up back in the desert. Modern psychology confirms this. Neural pathways for identity take time to solidify. You need 90 days minimum of consistent practice to rewire identity at the subconscious level. There's no shortcut to this. Your brain needs repetition, consistency, proof that this new identity is real. But here's what's actually happening during those 90 days. Results show up during the process, like David's business growing, like Sarah's career shifting. Transformation happens while you're building, not after. So it's not time wasted building identity instead of chasing success. It's time invested building foundation that makes success inevitable. The question you need to ask yourself, do you want another temporary win that leaves you empty, or permanent transformation that changes everything? This requires bitachon, trust. You must trust that right action from right identity produces right results, even when you can't see them yet. Build yourself first. Success follows. Here's exactly what you do, starting tomorrow morning. 3 daily practices, 90 days minimum, no negotiation. Action 1. Morning identity declaration, 3 minutes. Before you check your phone, before you do anything else, you speak your identity into existence. Not "I want to be," not "I'm trying to be." You declare who you are becoming. 3 statements. Say them aloud. I am disciplined. I am clear. I am building myself. This isn't affirmation. This is declaration. You're setting the internal frame for your entire day. You're reminding yourself who you're becoming before the world tells you who you are. Stand up. Say it with your body, not just your mouth. Embody it physically. This is identity work at the neurological level. Action 2. Daily Gevurah practice, 15 to 30 minutes. Choose one hard thing you do every single day, regardless of how you feel. Physical discipline works best because it's objective. You either did it or you didn't. Workout, cold shower, meditation, something difficult that requires you to override comfort seeking. The difficulty is the point. You're not doing this to feel good. You're doing this to prove to yourself that you are someone who does hard things. Every single day, no exceptions, you keep this promise to yourself. This is how you build Gevurah. This is how I am disciplined becomes real instead of wishful thinking. Action 3. Evening. Cheshbon Hanefesh, 10 minutes. Every evening, you review your day through the lens of character, not accomplishment. 3 questions. Where did I act from my new identity today? Where did I slip back into old identity? What will I do differently tomorrow? Write it down. This is accounting, not journaling feelings. Emet requires honesty, brutal, uncomfortable, necessary honesty. You cannot build true identity on self-deception. The commitment, 90 days, no breaks. Don't measure external results during this period. Measure identity consistency. Did you show up as the disciplined person you're becoming? That's the only metric that matters. Success will follow, but your focus stays on character building. Now tell me in the comments, what's the identity you're building versus the results you've been chasing? Be specific. This is your public commitment. If this challenged how you approach achievement, subscribe. Next week, I'm teaching the Talmudic principle of delayed gratification that builds unshakable discipline. Stop chasing what you think you need. Start becoming who you need to be. Success will find you. Shalom.